going to be reading for the collective, and then I'm also going to do some readings. Hello, hi Sid, good to see you. I'm just trying to paste my little comment. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing some readings for the collective, and then I'll pull 3 different cards. And okay, Sid, when I get off, I'll follow you back. And then when I get back, so first I'm going to do some readings for the collective, and then I'm going to pull 3 different cards, and so you can just think of those 3 cards, and then once I'm done with that, about 30 minutes in, I'm going to be pulling, hi Raquel, I'm going to be pulling individual cards for some people, so I'll let you know when that time comes and you can submit your names. I'm not going to have time to read for every single person, but just know if you're on this live stream, no matter when you jump in, no matter what part you see, if you're watching this now, if you're watching this later, whatever you hear, whatever part you hear, the message is 100% for you, because we are all one, we are all part of the collective, we're all tapped into the same consciousness, source consciousness that I'm tapping into when I'm reading, so all of these messages are for everyone. Okay, so before we begin, I like to just tune in with myself and get grounded by using the Kundalini mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. So I invite you to, if you know it and you feel called, please join in with me to help you to really set and get resonant with me, or you can just close your eyes and meditate and listen as I do this chant. Hello, hello, I'm just going to wave at people. I don't have a moderator here today, you guys, so I'm going to be doing it all on my own, so bear with me. All right, so let's rub our hands together. And we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose for Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. 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 All right, thank you guys. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo just means I bow to the divine teacher inside myself. And so this is a really beautiful thing to do for yourself, to really help tap into your intuition. If you've never tried it before, I highly recommend trying it. It's a really simple way to change your state and really just come in with yourself. And you literally can feel the vibration in your body, and it's really powerful. It really shifts your state. I highly recommend it if anyone hasn't tried it. Or just an Om, whatever works for you. Okay, let's see. I'm feeling like for the collective, I think the card for you guys is going to be in this Prisma deck. So this is my Prisma Visions deck that I use. It's a really beautiful card. It's non-traditional. They have all the traditional cards, but it's non-traditional art. Okay. Yay, Raquel, I'm so glad to hear you're doing well today. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Krishan. Thank you for signing on. Thank you guys for being here with me today. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card first for the collective and see. I'm really going to try to feel in actually to the energy of the coming week. I think this feels like a really powerful week for me. I know here at the Mystic Manor, there's been a lot of energy flowing around today, a lot of strong emotions and things happening, and so I feel like I want to read into the following week and perhaps just get some guidance on the coming week and what we can do to enter into this week in our highest timeline. So, as a collective, this one's like really sticking out to me. Perfect. Okay. As a collective, what is the energy that we could really focus on throughout this coming week that's going to help us to step into or maintain our highest timeline and stay in line with our highest self? Okay. This one. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So first, where are we at? We are at in our journey currently. This first one popped out, and I feel like it was just like really where we're at currently. Tony, hi Tony, I see you. I'm gonna get to personal readings in a little bit. I'll let you guys know when to submit your names. Right now, I'm doing one for the collective. So this one popped out before I finished asking my question. So to me, that feels like this is just where the energy of the collective is at. And then this next one is telling us how we can step into that for ourselves and to really embody that. So Raquel, you're going to laugh. I just did a personal reading for Raquel, and we got this card for her yesterday. Or sorry, for my friend Roshi. I did a personal reading for my friend Roshi, and we got this card yesterday. So definitely something that a lot of us are feeling. It's the Star reversed. So the Star reversed, this is the energy of where the collective is currently at. Typically the Star upright is all about really like shining your own light and being that beacon of light, really feeling embodied, feeling like really comfortable and confident in yourself, like having a lot of self-worth. It's really, it represents a lot of like the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra, like those two energy centers where you're really pulling your confidence and like your internal source, your internal light. That's what this Star upright is. So the Star reversed, which is where the collective is currently feeling, is maybe feeling a little blocked in this, feeling really blocked in this ability to pull on your own energy, which I think this is something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, especially with the current circumstances and what's going on in our world, is this feeling of, you know, you're really needing to rely on yourself. And this may be especially present for people who are extroverted and who get their energy from other people, who get their energy from getting up every day and going to work and getting ready. And now we're in this position where if you want to, and you know, like you can stay in bed literally all day. Like I know I personally have been experiencing this where I could literally not leave my bed except to go to the bathroom and eat. Hi, Thakur. So I literally could, you know, and like, I think we all could relate to this, but what you realize is happening is when you have that much rest, you actually get more tired. You get so tired. Oh, Thakur asked, where are you from? Thank you for asking. I'm from the Bay Area, but I'm living in Venice right now at the Mystic Manor. And yeah, guys, feel free to interrupt me. I'm totally here to interact with you guys as well. So feel free to interrupt me. Let me know what you're thinking about what I'm saying. And then I'll just keep flowing through my reading. So anyways, yeah, the energy of the collective currently is really this, the Star reversed. So it's just this feeling of not being able to get your energy from your own internal source, and maybe like really trying to reel with that and trying to figure out like, what do I do? Like, how, like, do I exercise more? Do I need to be eating right? Like, what do I do? And just on a really practical level, I can give you guys some personal advice of what I've been doing to deal with this. And something that I've been doing is just doing little things for myself to like get myself ready in the morning. Even though I'm not getting fully ready, like as you can see, I'm in like sweatpants and a baggy shirt. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not like super dressed up as I would be if I typically was going to work like in an office setting like I was before. But I'm doing little things like sticking this little sparkly sticker on my face just to make me feel a little bit more done up. I don't have makeup on, but just a little sparkly sticker, just like one little thing. Or putting my braids in hair, putting braids in my hair, or just getting up and like showering first thing in the morning rather than, you know, waiting until like you absolutely have to. It's just like these little things that you can do. I put on makeup yesterday for the first time in a month, put on some eyeliner, and it really helped boost my energy. Sparkly Sarah said, I usually get my energy from the sun, and it has been so cloudy in SoCal. Oh, I definitely can feel that. It has been super cloudy, but definitely when that sun comes out, it is like such a great opportunity to go outside and step outside into the sun. But I definitely feel you that it can be challenging when we don't have that sunlight. But so again, coming back to the energy of this card, the Star, it's really calling on us to see how can we call on energy from within ourselves. So even the sun, that's something external. That's like, and when it's something external that you're calling on your energy source for, then there's this potential that it won't be there. So perfect example, it's now cloudy, and if you're counting on the sun to get your energy and the sun's not there, what are you going to do? Now, how do you get your energy? If you're counting on a relationship to get your energy, or you're counting on being able to go up and go to work to get your energy, or to see your friends, if you're counting on these external things to build you up and to get your energy centers like ready for the day, then inevitably at some point you're not going to be able to access those things, and so you get stuck. And so I think a lot of us are feeling this feeling of being blocked and being really fatigued, even though we're getting more rest, because these things that we're not able to, or we typically use to get our energy, is not there for us. Bo says, much love, fam. It's been cloudy here in Florida, but no rain. I'm not sure about my and then the Kerr said, I'm not sure about my zodiac. Could you help me check? I'm definitely not an expert in zodiac, but for sure, if you Google your birthday, you can find out a lot of information. But I am no expert in zodiac. I'm a tarot reader. That's my forte right now. Jason said, very true. I was thinking about this before. Bo also said, try going within and using an internal light. Yes, Bo, I love that. Thank you. And that's exactly what the energy of the star is all about. It's all about finding that light from within. It's finding that energy from within yourself. And so even though the collective is currently at this spot where we're feeling this reverse star energy, the beautiful thing about tarot is it's really just an energetic peek into where you're at now. It's not definitive. It's not, it's not like set in stone. It's like we have every opportunity from this moment forward, even just from the moment that I pulled the card till now, we all have the opportunity to flip it back up and turn it into the star upright and find that energy within ourselves. Even maybe just being here and hearing these words and signing on right now, maybe just needed that little bit of spark to like flip you back on and be like, oh yeah, that's right. I can get my energy from myself. I have, thank you, Bo, for the rainbow. I have Free Spirit IS says, I have been finding it so hard to focus on school during this quarantine, and this makes a lot of sense going within to find energy within. And Raquel said, yes, definitely. Yes, I can so relate, and I know Raquel is my friend from school. We're both in school together, and I can super relate to this. I have 2 exams this week, and I can tell you with all honesty that I have not studied one bit for either one of them. And typically I totally would have. So I can totally relate to that. But it's something that, today for me, it really was a day where I was really focusing on self-care. There's a lot of other things that were happening that were really depleting for me. And so I know that I could have sat down in front of my laptop. I could have pulled up the PowerPoints. I could have read them. And I don't feel like I would have gotten much out of it. So I really knew that I had to just focus on finding that energy within myself by doing self-care, which for me today was just like resting and talking it out with my boyfriend and doing this tarot reading. I knew I was looking forward to this today. I know this is something that gives me internal energy, is reading for other people and hearing your guys' feedback. So I know that after I'm done doing this, like I'm going to feel so much more energized and I can go sit down and I can sit at my laptop. So because I knew I was doing this at 5 o'clock today, earlier in the day, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not going to try to like get myself up and going and doing this studying. I'm just going to do the bare minimum. I know I'm going to get re-energized later through tarot. So I can totally relate to you. Raquel said, you're brilliant. I know you can do it. I totally understand though. Thank you, Raquel. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the feedback, and I'm glad that you guys are relating to this sun energy. So I want to share with you, because the next question I asked, I know this is where we're at, this is where we're blocked, but I asked what energy can we embody and what can we do moving forward to really help us push through this block. And I got the 6 of Swords, which is a really beautiful card. This particular version, the 6 of Swords, has this little bridge. It's a little bridge made of swords with two little butterflies moving across it. And the first thing that came to me when this popped up was just a reminder to everyone that we're in a time of transition. we're in an unprecedented time. Like, things that are happening right now, it's such a time of transition. There's so much happening. And so every day you might feel like you're not doing as much as you used to, and you're not you're not able to be as productive as you used to. And this is just a reminder to, like, that's because we're, like, living in this crazy time where you wake up in the morning and you do nothing, and you're still processing so much more energy and so much more emotions than you ever have in your life, possibly, just because of the nature of what's going on. Like, it's just a time of transition. And so it's just a reminder to kind of be gentle with yourself and not hold yourself to the same expectations that you may have had for yourself prior to this sacred pause happening. Like, don't hold yourself to those same standards of productivity that you had prior to this happening. Like, even if you're not thinking about it day to day and constantly, like, it's still something that's very, very present for all of us. And the other piece of this, the Six of Swords is really about moving on. The Five of Swords, the card just prior to this, is all about coming to a place where you're ready. Basically, you're ready to lay down your swords. Like, you're done fighting, you're done having these conflicts with other people, you're done in the battle. And this battle can be literally with other people, or it can be an internal battle. The swords really represent intellect. So for me, when I pull the Five of Swords, which is again the card prior to this, it's really about, like, letting go of those mental battles that you're having with yourself, and, like, these old stories that you're telling. And the Six of Swords, so the Five of Swords is where you're at the stage where you're like, I'm done. Like, it's this energy of, like, I'm done. I'm so done. Like, I'm done with the battle. Like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And the Six of Swords, which is the energy that we all get to embody this week, is that next stage, which is like, okay, so I decided I'm done fighting. What do I do now? I move forward. I move on. I enter into this next phase. I get to see what's next. Like, I went through the beginning of the story of the swords, and I've finally got to this point where, like, I'm done battling. I'm ready to put down my sword and stop fighting, and now I'm ready to move on. So again, this week, really focusing on and realizing that this is a week of this, like, this is a time, but this week specifically is really going to feel like a week of transition where you're still figuring things out. Like, maybe you're still figuring out how you find your source from within. You're still figuring all that stuff out. And so again, just being really gentle and kind with yourself and not having these high expectations that I need to have it all figured out, because you're very much at the early stages of this development, this trajectory. And so just being kind with yourself and realizing that this is just where you're at in the journey. Like, it's not the end of the game. You're not at the solutions. You're just at the point where you're ready to put down your swords and you're ready to move on, but you still have a long way to go. There's still a lot more learning to be happening. All right, you guys. I hope that made sense and resonated with you guys. I don't know if I was just rambling on. I'd love if you guys were listening. Any feedback, I'd really appreciate. Sparkly Sarah says, love this so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for your feedback. I'm so glad that it resonated with you. Free Spirit said, I really needed to hear all this. Very happy I decided to tune in. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to take a little screenshot of that real quick so I can save it. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I so appreciate the words. Like, it really motivates me and helps me feel that what I'm doing is impactful. And so I really appreciate you guys so much. Jason the Raven said, thank you, heart. Beautiful. All right, you guys. So this next part of the reading, I'm going to do something a little different. So that was for the collective. And this next part, I'm going to pull 3 cards in a row. And so right now, as you're here and as you're listening, I want you to just tune in with yourself and think about which number pops into your head first. 1, 2, or 3. Nara, thank you, gorgeous. Oh, thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate the love. Okay, so yeah, just whatever number pops into your head, don't think about it. Don't take 2 seconds. Just the first one that pops into your head, 1, 2, or 3, and just post it in the comments and let me know which number you're thinking of. Just whichever number pops into your head, just pop it into the comments, 1, 2, 3. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. Hi, Anna. All right, Anna, I know you just popped on, so just put the number 1, 2, or 3, whichever one pops into your head first. I'm seeing a lot of 2s coming in. I see a couple 1s, a 3. Awesome. Okay, pretty spread out, but I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull 3 cards, and whichever number stuck out in your head, that's the card that's going to be for you. But again, please stick around and listen, because we're all connected, and so every time, anything that you hear, every message, anytime that you're hearing this, whether it's live or whether it's now, the message is 100% for you. Reality said 3 last week was on point for me, but I'm feeling 2 tonight. Okay, good. Yeah, just lean into how you're feeling tonight. I see a lot of 2s out there, so I'm kind of excited to get to 2, but let's see what 1 comes up first. Oh, and this is my Broken Isn't Bad deck. This is a beautiful artist. She's on Instagram if you want to look her up. Broken Isn't Bad. I love reading with her deck. All right. What is the card that is most in line or most represents the energy of those that are resonating with the number 1 in this current moment? The Ace of Cups, reversed. Interesting. I'm gonna have to sit with this one for a moment. This one is the Ace of Cups reversed. As you can see, it's upright. I'll show you. It's a woman holding a wine glass, and it's got a dove sitting atop of it, and it's sitting in a bed. It's sitting in some, like, a body of water with lotus flowers. It's a really beautiful scene. But we pulled the Ace of Cups reversed. So what I'm getting right away, like, as I'm trying to tune in a little bit more to this card, I'm feeling like a blockage of emotion. Because the aces in every suit is, aces of every suit is like the beginning of the journey. It's like the initial, it can be even before you're embarking on the journey. It's just like the thought of it. It's just like you're just even thinking about embarking on the journey. And then the cups are all about emotions. They're all about, like, your emotional well-being and your emotional life. And they can also be about relationships and relationships, usually with other people, but sometimes with yourself. And just seeing this Ace of Cups reversed, I'm feeling like there might be this energy of like a willingness to go there. Like, I'm not willing to go there, whether it be with your own emotions or whether it be in a relationship. Like, you're kind of just like, I'll deal with this later. Like, I don't want to go there right now. I feel like if I open this can of worms, like, it's going to be too much for me. Like, I don't want to go there. So that's what I'm really getting from this. But what's really beautiful about this card is it's really showing you, like, how beautiful it can be when you do go there. Like, look how epic this is. It's this beautiful dove and, like, the serenity of the lotus flowers. And so again, with tarot, it's only showing you where you're at in this current moment, and it's not any sort of, play on, it's not any sort of statement on destiny of, like, you're just this type of person who doesn't know how to be in a relationship, or you're this type of person who doesn't know how to process their own emotions, or isn't willing to understand their own emotions. No, it's an invitation for you to, if you don't like how that feels, if you don't like that reading of being emotionally blocked, then flip it. Then the first step in growth in any way is just awareness. Jason said that was so accurate to what is going on with me. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Jason. I swear it helps so much to hear that reaffirmation that you guys are resonating with this. Makes me feel like I'm not just crazy and just making stuff up. I really feel it. I can feel it coming through when I'm tuning in with you guys. So thank you so much. But yeah, so what I'm really feeling is that it's really a call on you to flip that. And the first step in growth is always just that self-awareness. Just being aware that, that you're having these emotions, because maybe you're just like, you're pushing it to the side, so it might not even be in your awareness that you're like, no, I got other things to do. Like, I'm too busy. Like, I don't have time to deal with those emotions, whatever. And then just realizing that as soon as you're aware of that, then you can make a choice. And it's always a choice. Jason says, I'm feeling so disconnected from my emotions. I can feel that. It's definitely, like, it's a tough place to be, but I also want to tell you and invite you that it's still a choice. The first step is just awareness, but it's still a choice. It's not bad or good. It's not like, oh, you're disconnected from your emotions. That's such a terrible place to be. everywhere to be is it's the beautiful, perfect place for you to be. This isn't a statement about like, oh, you have more growth you have more places that you need to go. Like, that's not it at all. It's just that self-awareness so that you can make your own conscious choice. Do I want to shift this? Do I feel called right now to step into my emotions and like push past this disconnection? Or maybe right now what's serving my highest and best interest is to be a little disconnected, is to disconnect from my emotions and focus on something else. Like, that's totally good too. Nothing is good or bad. It's all about just, if you have that self-awareness and knowing, then you're able to make a conscious decision. Do I want to flip that, or am I okay with where I'm at right now and I really will deal with it later? Jason said, oh my God, thank you. I love you. I love you too, Jason. Thank you so much. Naraket, sorry, I'm saying that totally wrong. If you want to tell me your name, that would help me as well, Nara. She said, yeah, I'm feeling that so much. Hey, definitely feel a block of emotions, and yes, I'm pushing it away at the moment. And that is a beautiful place to be. I can't reiterate that enough. I think that sometimes, sometimes that there can be like a negative stigma put on pushing down your emotions and like blocking things out and all of these things, but that just obviously confounds the problem even more. Like, if you're already pushing down your emotions and you're already feeling disconnected, and then now you're also feeling the shame of pushing down your emotions, like, well, shoot, like, now you're really not gonna feel good. Like, there's nowhere but down from there. So again, like, I think the big message, I just keep hearing this over and over and over and over, is like, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Nara, thank you. I love you, Nara. Mr. Hairston said, on point. Jason Addo, I was thinking that too. I was thinking about just dealing with it and going with the flow, just trusting the universe. Yes. Always the right answer. Trust. Trust the universe, go with the flow, and just trust where you're at. Nara said, yes, I totally get that. I'm just accepting it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your beautiful reflections. I love that. Snow White said, sometimes blocking emotions is just a process or a survival. Thanks. Yes, exactly. Sometimes it's part of the process, and it's something to love just as much as breaking out of that. Jason said, I also need to start meditating more consistently. So that was very accurate. I love that, Jason. And I just want to reframe your thing a little bit. Instead of saying I need to start meditating more, you can just say, I intend to start meditating more. And that's beautiful, because then if you say I need to and then you don't, you also can fall into that trap where you feel like, I didn't do the thing that I needed to do. And instead, just I have set that intention. I intend to meditate more. And if you do, that's beautiful. And if you don't, that's beautiful too. Always loving where you're at. All right. I'm really antsy to get to the 2s because a lot of people said 2. So let's see what's coming up for you guys. Hi, everyone that's just stepping on. Again, if you're stepping on, then you're meant to hear this. So please stay on and listen. This message is 100% for you if you're here. Hi, baby doll. All right. Those that are resonating with the 2, this one's coming in strong. I don't even have to say it all. This is the one for sure. The 4 of Cups. Okay. The 4 of Cups. This is for everybody who said that they were resonating with the 2, but again, it really is for everyone that is listening. All of these messages are for everyone that is tuning in at this time. The 4 of Cups. So this one is really about, it's about a couple of things, but one of the major things that it's about is not allowing other people and other people's opinions to cloud your judgment and to influence you in a way that you're not okay with. So it's really a call on you. Like, as you can see, it's this girl and she's sitting there. She has 3 cups in front of her, and somebody else is offering her, there's like this hand reaching through the clouds and is trying to offer her another glass of wine. And so this hand reaching out, trying to offer her that glass of wine, kind of to me represents somebody else like giving their 2 cents, like, oh, don't you want this wine? Don't you want some more? And she's turning away from it. She's like, no, like, I don't want it. And so it's not letting other people impact your or manipulate how you're feeling or what you want, your opinion, because at the end of the day, she already has 3 glasses of wine in front of her. Like, this is just going back to that initial drawing of the star, because at the end of the day, you have everything you need within yourself. You already have everything that anything else that somebody has to offer you, you already have within yourself. And so not being swayed by somebody else's emotions or opinions, unless, like, if you don't want them to. And then the other part of this, just on a more, like, hi earthly souls, welcome back. Another piece to this on just a more, like, really practical earthly level is also just not over imbibing. Like, and, you know, it could be wine, it could be chocolate, like, whatever it is, whatever your thing is. It's funny because this is something that came up last week as well. We pulled another card that has a similar theme. And this one, so it's also about this idea of, like, not over imbibing. Like, she already has 3 cups of wine, and so she's turning away, like, no, I don't need the 4th one. So on a very practical level, it can simply mean that, being, like, having that self-control to say, like, no, I don't want that. And so it was 3 last week, reality said. Okay, that's right. So yeah, so this idea of basically, just to sum it all up, like, this message for all of those that were resonating with the 2, to sum it all up, it's this reminder to yourself that you have self-control. You have self-control, and whether that mean to... Reality is Perception says, now I felt 2 and I was 2, 4 years sober. Oh, that's right. Reality is Perception. I remember last year, or last week, I pulled the 3, and it was the same message about not over imbibing, that you have self-control. And then you just said, now I'm resonating with the 2, and here we are again. So these messages really are for you. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. So yeah, so it really is just for all of you, and whether or not, you know, I know not everybody has the same struggle with substances specifically, so it can be that, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be other things, like it can be food, it can be relationships, it can be all sorts of things. And this one more specifically is a reminder that you have control, and you are the one that is control of your own thoughts and your own decisions. And so you should not, you don't, it's just a reminder that not to let other people or anything external really manipulate or change the way that you're feeling. And so for this one specifically, it typically represents like other people that are influencing your perceptions. But I know for myself, having had some level of substance abuse in the past, sometimes that other person can be you. Sometimes that other person can be you in your brain, like telling you, like, oh, it's just a little bit, like, it's okay, you just need it. So it's really just that reminder that you have everything already within yourself, and you have that self-control to make those decisions completely sovereign of yourself. Reality is Perception said, I always need reminders. Social media, negativity, so many things. Yes, I feel you. It's a constant daily growth edge to remind yourself of these things, and it's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Earthly Soul says, I really feel like I zoned in at the right time, just what I needed. Yes, you absolutely did. Everyone, whenever you sign on, it is in divine timing. That is exactly when you meant to be here. Thank you guys. I love this, and I feel called, before I get to number 3, I really want to say, like, I really appreciate everyone that is interacting with me and sharing that this is resonating with you. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can DM me. And I'm happy to set up a private reading for anyone that feels called. I would love to dive a little bit deeper into some of these things, and then we'll have some opportunities for you to, we can do a video call, you can ask me questions, and we can really dive a little bit deeper into any of these things. Jason the Raven said, I resonate with this so much. This is all synchronicity. Yes, it is all synchronicity. Every single moment of your day is synchronicity. What we call synchronicity is just the synchronicities that we notice, that come into our perception, but every single moment is a synchronicity, and we just aren't aware. We're only aware of a small fraction of them. It's so beautiful to be here with all of you. I feel so super connected with each of you, and I'm loving doing this for all of you. So thank you for your reflections back to me. I love all the love. You guys are amazing. All right. My 3s have been waiting, so I'm going to do 3s, and then I will have some time to pull some cards for individuals. So thank you for being so patient. We're going to move on to number 3. So What is the energy? What is the card that most represents the energy of, for those who are currently resonating with the number 3, what is the card that most represents the energy of where they're at currently? The 2 of Cups. Okay, lots of cups again. I feel like every time I'm on here, all I'm pulling is cups. I think, again, I'm not surprised by that at all, because this is a time when a lot of us are really in our emotions. Even those of us that typically are really in our really in our intellect, or like, you know, more in our physical bodies. This is a time that like a lot of us are really in our feelings and in our emotions, which is a beautiful thing, because we're having that time and that space to dive deep into it. So I'm not surprised that I'm getting so many cups, but it is like, you know, of all the cards to be pulling, I've pulled more cups than any other card for the last 3. So all emotions, everyone's emotional as hell. So the 2 of Cups, this is about, as you can see, they've got it's like a couple embracing, and then they've got snakes creeping up around them. So as I'm tuning into this card and what this specifically means to those who pulled the 3, is I'm really feeling like this is a call on you to maybe reflect on a relationship in your life that you feel is really supportive and you feel is giving you just what you need. Snow White, you said, how do I know with which number I resonate? So earlier in the stream, if you logged on, then I asked people to give their 1, 2, and 3, and then I pulled that card. For those of you that hopped on later, every single message is for every single person, and so you just know which card resonates the most with you. You also can just right now say 1, 2, 3 in your head, whichever one resonates with you. Go back if you missed it, or whichever card you jumped on. Like if you jumped on in the middle of the last card I read, then that was the 2. If you jumped on 2 cards ago, then that was the 1. So whatever one you jumped on at, that might be the one that you resonate with. But again, even though I'm pulling, you know, I want to be like specific to certain people, but every single message that you hear right now is going to be for you. Thank you so much for asking that. Lewis Starr said, I love the lighting you have. Also so glad I joined to watch this. So glad to have you here as well. So back to this card. So again, this is for people that earlier wrote in that they were feeling the number of the 3, but this is also for everyone. This is something collective that we all can reflect on, is just thinking about if there's any relationship in our life, and this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be a sibling. This can be a parent. This can be a work relationship. Any relationship in your life that you maybe currently feel is really supportive and something that you really need. Like this is a person that you're like, oh, like I always need to call them. Like they help so much when I text them, they make me feel better. I call them, make me feel better. And just reflecting on, is there anything in that relationship that actually is not healthy? Like, is there any area of that relationship that maybe it actually is crossing some boundaries for you, or is a little bit toxic, but you're not really willing to see that or go there because you've just always considered them as being like your person, like your go-to person? Like for me, I feel like this card is like a little bit for me. I mean, they all are, of course, but what's coming up for me is like, I know there's someone in my life specifically that she's not a sister, but she's like a sister energy. And, you know, we've grown up together. We've known each other for so long. We've always called ourselves sisters. Like we're super, super tight. And so this is someone that I love so, so deeply. And then the last couple of times that I talked to her on the phone or I hung out with her, I remember coming home and feeling like so drained, like so emotionally drained. And I was feeling really conflicted about it because I'm thinking like, this is like my best friend. This is my sister. Like, why would I be having these negative feelings towards her? Like, this is so awful, you know? And then what I realized is just because I put her kind of on this pedestal as being like, you know, she's my sister. I love her, like unconditional love. Like there's not like, no, she can never do any wrong. And but I realized like a lot of the things that she was doing and a lot of the things that she was putting on me was really draining me, and I wasn't putting up my own boundaries to be like, look, you know what, like I don't, like, that's not what I need right now. Like, I'm here for you, but I can't be constantly, like, processing things with you when you're then not taking the actions to change them. And so I realized that I had to put up these boundaries, and it was really hard for me because, like I said, it's like, this is my person. Like, this is someone that I'm so in tune with and so aligned with. Earthly Soul said, people reflect the growth you need. Yes, it's so true. And so it was such an opportunity for me to realize. And what was really beautiful was when I stepped up and I set those boundaries, she actually, who was going through like a really challenging time, and this was what was so draining, is we were constantly hashing it out, like what she was going through. And I finally was like, you know what? I need to let you figure this out. And what was really beautiful was when I did set those boundaries, she stepped up to her growth edge and realized that she had to embody in herself. So this is really a call to us to just reflect on any relationships that are coming up for us right now. That maybe there's a similar situation where like boundaries are being crossed, or it's starting to become really draining. I'm just gonna wave at all you people that just came in. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, let me read some of these comments over here as well. I see you guys coming in. Bo said, learning those different types of boundaries was the hardest thing for me. It can be really challenging. Bo said, clean up and make sure your walls are up. Not everything in this world is there to help you. Absolutely. And, you know, a lot of things times with boundaries is it's not necessarily about blocking other people out. It's also about creating boundaries so that you're not giving too much of yourself, because you're actually doing a disservice to the person that you're giving so much of yourself to, because you're now not allowing them that opportunity to find their own growth edge. Like that example with my friend is a perfect example. It's like I felt like, you know, she's my sister, so like anytime she calls me, of course I'm there for you. Let's FaceTime. I don't care how long it takes, 3 hours, 4 hours, like whatever it is, I'm there for you. But what happens is when I'm always there for her, she can't step up and be there for herself. So when I finally set that boundary and pulled back and was like, you know what, this isn't healthy for me, it's not healthy for you. It's like I gave her that opportunity to now find it within herself. Again, that energy of the star that we pulled earlier, find it within yourself. Like, how can you step up and be your own therapist? Like take care of yourself in that way. And so when you're not setting those boundaries, it's not about like keeping people out. Like, that's not the energy of the boundary. The energy of the boundary is respecting that, hey, like, this is your work to do and this is my work to do. And let's come together and share about it, but it's separate. Thank you guys. I can see all the hearts and the love coming in. It feels so good. Vaco said, this is so spot on. Mary B2, hello beautiful to you. Thank you so much. Lulu Attar, yup. I'm so glad it's resonating with you guys. I want to read what you guys said over here. I feel like you guys had a lot of cool things about boundaries. Free Spirit said, definitely been questioning some relationships and learning to set boundaries regardless of history. Yes, exactly. That's the key, and that's what this is really about, is regardless of history. It's very specific about regardless of history, because sometimes you can get caught in that where it's like, but it's family. It can be so hard. That can be the hardest people to set boundaries with, is family, because you feel guilty. You feel like, but this is my family. How can I set that boundary? But again, how can you not? Like, those are the people that you have to be respectful of. Like, if you think about setting boundaries as actually mutual respect, then it's so much easier to set that boundary. It's not like you're setting a boundary and you have this negative connotation of I'm cutting them out or I'm blocking them. Like, boundaries are ethereal. They're theoretical things. You can't actually put up a physical wall around yourself. You're setting up a boundary. It's ethereal. It's not actually going to block them out. A boundary is literally an understanding of mutual respect. I respect you and where you're at, and I respect me and where I'm at. Raquel said, I always resonate with your interpretations and all the cards. You have a great connection with spirituality, and your compassion for everyone here helps to unify us in warm embrace. Oh my God, Raquel. You're gonna make me cry. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I gotta take a screenshot of that one too. You guys are like, ugh. It means so much to me. It fills me up so much. Like, this is my inner work. This is my finding within myself. Like, this is my star energy, is being able to offer these teachings to you guys and being able to connect in with you guys and feel where you're at, because you're all such reflections of me. And so by hearing the messages that come through for you, I then get to explore all of these messages for me. So I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And I'm just watching all these hearts, and like, I'm honestly gonna have to like take a moment and just just like tear up a little bit when I sign off in a moment. Thank you. Bo said, yes, sister. Earthly Soul says 100%. Sometimes you need to hold space for people with boundaries that they can see, then they can see more clear. Absolutely. Exactly. It allows them to see clarity because it's almost like an enabling relationship. It's like you're enabling them to then not explore and see clearly themselves. Bo said, I would give and give and give, and my cup is empty with no one willing to give me from their cup when I needed it. Hard lesson learned. Yes. I'm glad you said that. Actually, look at this card. That's exactly what it's about. You see how they're literally draining each other's cups. Like, they don't even realize because they have their cups behind their backs, but they're literally like this stream of energy. They don't even realize that their cup is just emptying and emptying and emptying, and it's not getting refilled. So thank you for saying that. That's like a perfect reflection of this card. Truth. I needed this tonight. Thank you. They aren't borders, just filters. Bo, thank you. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for your reflection. It makes it so much more meaningful to have this back and forth. Hi, Jess. Good to see you. Earthly Soul said, love this. Hi. Yay, I'm so happy you're on here. Anna says, Anna Morton says, Karen, we love you. I love you too, Anna. Earthly Soul, I got goosebumps. Me too. Bo said, love the imagery. Yes, thank you guys. Again, if you want to look up this artist, her name is broken_isn't_bad. I told her that I'm doing these live stream tarot cards. She's really grateful for it, and I'm sure she'd be really, really grateful to get some more ads and to get some love from you guys. She has some beautiful art outside of this tarot deck. She doesn't just do the tarot deck. She's just an incredible, incredible artist from Croatia. I can't, recommend her enough. Please go check her out. If these tarot cards resonate with her, then definitely her art's going to resonate with you as well. I also have Lula Attar said, setting boundaries can be hard when you are naturally compassionate and giving. It's hard to not feel bad when you are first learning to set them as well. So rewarding. It's so true, you guys. It can be so hard when you're an empath, when you're so compassionate. Like I said, again, it can feel really cruel. Like you can feel guilt. It brings up a lot of feelings of guilt. And so again, I just want to reiterate, to really help it set in, and also for those that maybe didn't hear, is if you can reframe boundaries as mutual respect, then as a compassionate, empathic person, then now it's flipped from, oh, how can I set these boundaries? That's so cruel of me, to how can I not? If I love this person, how can I not? Can you post a link from the artist? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? After this, I'll share to the story. I'll repost and I'll share to the story so you guys can all get connected with the artist. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, I'm just looking at the time and I have about 12 minutes left. Bo said, all the love in this room is what the world needs. I so agree. We only have about 10 minutes left, you guys. That was so beautiful. So much came up. So many beautiful things from all you beautiful people here with me today. I'm feeling like I don't have time to do an individual reading for anyone because I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush through anything. So I'm going to skip the individual reading, but I feel like so much came up for so much of us that hopefully, most of you got something out of this. And again, I'm here every Monday, 5 p.m. here on the Positive Head Instagram, and also the Optimistic Instagram and the Optimistic Facebook. And if you're not aware, then, Tony, you've been waiting this whole time. Tony, I'll reach out to you individually and I'll make sure I get you an individual reading because you've been waiting this whole time. You've been awesome. But so you guys, just so you know, what I'm doing tonight is a play shop. It's a play shop as part of the remembership program for Optimistic. And so we are doing live streams at 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. every day. And this is part of the remembership program that you can learn more about at optimistic.tv. We're really fighting to keep these play shops for you guys, and we're giving them free for a limited time so that you guys can experience this and start building our community. And if you go to optimistic.tv and click on online play shops, you can learn how you can you can learn how you can help to keep this going and how you can do your part to give. There's lots of different payment options to meet everybody's needs. So I really encourage you guys to go to optimystic.tv. I'm going to type it down in the comments right now so everyone can see it. And I can see people are asking for my Instagram, so I'm going to put that too after I give optimystic.tv. All right, so I'm just going to type it in the comments, optimystic.tv. This is where you can learn more about all of the other workshops. There's a whole remembership program. Oops, I didn't do the .tv. There's a whole other, there's all these workshops, and there's so much happening over at Optimystic.tv. We also have a whole TV show, Optimistic, which has tons of uplifting content that's like really incredible. I'm super excited about it and super excited to share. So I'd love if all of you guys, if you guys enjoy this, if you guys enjoy what you're seeing on the We Are Optimistics page or the Positive Heads page, if you're a fan of the podcast, you're absolutely going to love what's going on at Optimistic.tv. Free Spirit said, "This reading was a confirmation for me. Thank you so much. Sending you some love and good energy so you can get through those PowerPoints. Thank you." That's what I needed more than anything. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to share my my Instagram now as well. My name is Karen, and my Instagram is Care Bear, spelled like my name, O_O. And I'm just going to share it in the comments. And then I'll make a post so you guys can see the artist as well. Care Bear. And I am offering individual readings. Tony, I'm definitely going to reach out to you because you waited like the whole time and then you jumped on, you said your name. So I'm going to reach out to you and make sure you get your individual reading. I am offering individual readings. It's based on pay what you can if you can, and I really, really mean that. I never, ever want money to be the reason that you don't get some guidance that you're really feeling called that you need. If you really connect with my readings, then I'm so happy to offer it to you. I get so much out of it, so you're not taking something from me. So pay what you can if you can. If you can pay, I just ask that you pay in angel numbers, 22, 33, 55, 111, whatever feels right. I can send you my Venmo, but again, it's pay what you can if you can. So if you want to reach out to me on my individual Instagram, which is right there, is CareBear O_O, or if you DM the Positive Head or the Optimistic, the We Are Optimistic, I'll also get the message however you want to do it. But beyond that, please, 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 I ask every single one of you, go on to optimistic.tv. We have so much other incredible stuff happening outside of these live streams that I know you guys would all want to be a part of. So please go check out what we're doing at optimistic.tv. Tony, you're the best. Earthly Souls, thank you. You guys are such beautiful, beautiful people. I so appreciate being here with you. I'm going to sign off, and I'm just going to have a moment to like sit here and really take in all the love that I received from you guys. I appreciate you all so, so much. I look forward to seeing you again, and I look forward to seeing some of you, connecting with some of you individually as well. And if not, then I'll see you here again at 5 p.m. I'll see you here again at 5 p.m. on Monday, or I may see you in some of the other live streams because sometimes I like to help moderate with the comments. But either way, I love each and every one of you. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful week. Earthly Souls, I can feel your emotions, sending you a hug and lots of love. I feel it. Thank you so much. I needed the hug. I love you all so, so much. Have a beautiful night, you guys.